Some Fresno high school students are getting pulled into the city's trash debate. The campaign to turn city garbage collection over to a private company is going into classrooms looking for recruits. Action News reporter Gene Higginson joins us now live from the newsroom with why the tactic is raising some concerns. Gene?
Warren, the Yes on Measure G campaign is going into high schools, urging students to go door to door and solicit support for the garbage privatization measure on the June ballot. In return, they're promised a letter of recommendation from the mayor. The campaign did not sit well with at least one student whose family would be affected. Imagine being in high school, going to class, and hearing it would be good for the city if your dad lost his job or had to take a pay cut. That was the message 17-year-old Steven Salazar said he heard in his government class at Hoover High School.
I felt pretty much like slapped in the face.
Steven felt that way because his dad is a city garbage collector. If privatization of garbage takes place, city drivers will be guaranteed employment with a private company for only a year at reduced pay and benefits. Steven told us the Yes on Measure G campaigner, Brian McPartland, told the class the No on Measure G folks, those opposing giving the garbage service to a private company, are liars.
He said that basically that they were lying and that they were mixing up the words.
The literature McPartland gave the students said privatization would be good for Fresno, help the city budget with money from the private company. The pitch was topped off with a promise that anybody who worked on the campaign would get a letter of recommendation from the mayor.
So the guy basically he told us that we can go intern for him, and he was telling us all this stuff like Ashley Swearingen's going to write us a letter of recommendation for a college or school or whatever. He was like basically bribing us with the letter of recommendation from Ashley Swearingen.
McPartland refused to comment, and in fact our camera was not allowed inside the Yes on G campaign office. But Mayor Swearingen had no trouble talking about it.
Campaigns are allowed to go out and do whatever kind of outreach they want to do to get people into their campaigns.
Do you think that going into a classroom, though, and saying you get a letter from the mayor if you work for us?
Well, it's all subject to the school's approval. So if the schools are okay with having folks come in and do outreach for campaign workers, then obviously we follow their rules.
A Fresno Unified spokesperson told Action News the classroom visit was not inappropriate. But former Fresno County Supervisor Doug Vagum, who's working on the No on G campaign, said the students should have heard arguments from both the yes and the no sides.
I think if you're using a civics class to present this information, you ought to present both sides.
Vagum's also upset his side was portrayed as being liars to an impressionable group of young people. He also thinks using a recommendation letter from the mayor as bait is inappropriate. Now, Vagum added that the No on Measure G campaign is focusing its efforts on people who are old enough to vote in the June 4th election. In the newsroom, Gene Higginson, ABC 30 Action News.